Merry Christmas, guys. Sorry, had no microphone there for a second. Just hopping on, just wanted to deliver a little message to you all and wish you guys all a beautiful Christ Christmas, connecting to that Christ, that divine part of you, the divinity that you are, that is your innate self. So I just wanted to connect to that with you all for a moment, guys, and wish you the best and send you love and light. Probably not that many are going to be on here because they're you guys are probably wrapped up in your last minute stuff and in your holiday agenda. Whoops, here, let me just share out for a second, guys. Beautiful moment in time. Oh, there I am. I just want to share out for a second, guys. Thank you for being here. I see a few of you guys on here. Thank you so much for being here. Please share out if you don't mind. I just wanted to deliver a message and share a few oracle cards that I pulled out. Let me just see here, guys. Hold on here. Share my story. A second, guys. Hope you guys are having a blessed season. And as we all know, with the greatest of love and the highest of frequency brings forth and illuminates the most light. And in that light, we do connect to areas that might not feel as good, darker spots. So as bright as the light, as great as the love, it will actually shine a light on other little dark areas. So that during the holiday season, we tend to experience these great highs, but then sometimes these lows, and sometimes it can feel like a roller coaster. And it's about leveling out. And how do we level out? How do we balance those energies? How do we come into harmony? How do we live the harmony that is innately ours? We connect to our heart space. And what Spirit has really been showing me today and during the holidays is it is beautiful, all of the traditions, because I was getting ready to make some sugar cookies with Mythos to leave for Santa. And sometimes we get so distracted by the outside that we lose that connection to that truth, that light, that love, that Christ, that unconditional part of us that is always there, that is always available. And sometimes we get distracted by what's going on outside of us and what we were taught and what society teaches us, the shopping, the to-dos, the gifts, the cooking, the recipes. And that's all beautiful, guys. That's all beautiful and part of the physical. But we want to create and connect to that foundation within us, that Christ within us. We're always birthing more and more light through that Christ energy, through that unconditional love within us. And when we connect and let that be our foundation, let that be our anchor, instead of getting caught up in the have tos, when we go within and connect to that light and that love and illuminate all that we are, raise and connect to that frequency that is us, then we perceive and we're able to perceive and navigate and influence and project that light onto all of our other activities, the family get-togethers, the meals, the presents, the gifts. And even if you don't have any of that, because sometimes some of us find ourselves disconnected, alone, know that all of that is available through your connection within, through your connection to your love, your heart, because it is through that we're creating that. We're creating that projection, that light, that love, that experience. Let me just see who's here. Hey, Gina Palazzo, as I was going on to Facebook on my computer, I saw your beautiful greeting and that beautiful, glorious picture of you. So Merry Christmas to you as well, Gina. It's so beautiful. I haven't been on Facebook a lot, and we have been having a lot of, like I was just saying, those ups and downs with individual family members or what's going on. Even the weather, holy shit. So the weather was like hurricane, I'm in Maine, hurricane like winds, and we lost electricity, but thank God we got a generator. But so it was like 50 yesterday, and it was like 12 this morning. crazy cray cray, but that is just showing us the potentials of our shifts in the shifting of energies that we are doing, those great highs and then those lows, just like I was just channeling how we can feel like a roller coaster during Christmas. Sometimes we can feel real sadness, real melancholy, and that is based in expectations that we have had, that we have projected, that we were taught, that do distract us from connecting to our heart, to our light within us. Let me know, guys, if you can hear me okay. As you all know, if any of you have been watching my videos lately, I've been having great issues with the sound quality, and cutting out and connections. So yeah, thank you for that beautiful post. Hey, Tino, I was just going to text you if you're still there. I have a couple little things I wanted to give you, so let me know what's good for you. We will probably be swinging by an OB later, or if you just want to go up to the condo, I got a little gift package for you on the table up there, just from the family. Missing you, Tino. Yeah, I actually was thinking of you, Tino, because I was getting ready to make some cookies and cut out and stuff, and how we all cut out cookies and decorated cookies last year. Merry Christmas, Miranda. Heather Graham. It's still cold. Oh, so I was talking about the weather and the shifts. So yeah, and then we even lost electricity, and then the generator kicked on and it was working great, but then it kicked off. And what it did is it forced us to, it was on overload. What things in the house were the most important? What things did we need the electricity to still run with? So you're going to find all of these outside reflections of our energies and our frequencies and our shifts. And it's all kind of bringing us right into here, connecting to our heart, to our Christ. So we had to shut some things off for the generator. What's most important in your life? Don't get distracted by all of the other things running. So I had like the water cooler running. We got all these computers running. I got tons of beautiful Christmas lights, and air purifiers. So we had to kind of shut down and choose and focus on what's most important. And that's kind of what the Christmas season does. All of it should be an extension of what's most important: the love in your heart, the kindness in your heart, your service to others, but service to you, because we cannot serve and reflect and illuminate that light unless we have that strong foundation and anchor and connection in our own Christ energy. And I just found it funny because everything on the outside was reflecting it. The weather, the changes, the craziness, the shifts in frequency that we can experience, the electricity being cut off, and that is reflective of how sometimes we feel cut off from our own light because we get caught up in the distractions on the outside. And those don't have to be distractions, but know and remember that you're the projector of your life. So when we're connected to our heart space and connected to our unconditional love and centering in our own quiet space, then we can project that light on all of those other areas. And then we taste, we feel, we perceive, and we experience from that higher frequency. All right, what do we got going on here, guys? We had a snowstorm. Oh, and then me and Mythos. So we had all of this rain yesterday, and I'm like, holy shit, there goes my white Christmas. And I think, Gina, that's what you said in your little Christmas greeting was, I have a white Christmas. And the white, again, everything is so symbolic and reflective of the white, the innocence, the Christ, the divinity, the new birth, the new life. And I'm like, there goes my white Christmas. And that was kind of tied into so many other things happening. But what happened is me and Mythos were in the car, and I says, Mythos, let's pray to the weather angels for some snow. And Mythos goes, all of it. He wants all of the snow. So anyways, we did this little prayer. And then as the weather dropped, like I said, it was 50, and then it dropped to like 12 in the middle of the night. We did get some snow, and it was cute that it just lightly just had a little bit of covering. And now, of course, everything is all icy. But there's a hint of white. We had snowstorms and aren't sure we were able to have family for Christmas. Wow. Yeah, I wish we had the snow than the rain. The power, the water surge from the oceans came right up into the streets. I love extremes, and I love that as long as everybody is safe. I like the intensity because a lot of times in life, as you guys know, we have to go through the intensities, but it's the intensities that break us open. It is the darkness and the intensity that creates enough pressure sometimes to open us up. And uh, a lot of times we do have to delve and go into the darkness. The darkness is just the density of limiting energies that we are believing in and perceiving. But what happens is we activate our superpowers as we traverse, as we allow ourselves to feel the darkest of the dark, as we allow ourselves to just surrender to our flow and what we're going through. Because it's just like a cocoon, a caterpillar, I mean, goes into its cocoon. It goes into its darkness, but it gains its superpower of flight. It gains its wings and flies. But within that cocoon, it's still connected to its own energy, its own God source energy that allows the transformation. So know when you guys are delving into deeper times, or sometimes we're triggered during the holidays by things of the past or things of the family or things of whatever is going on, the expectations, or integrating all of the other energies around us, and it can cause a lot of fluxes. But just know that whenever you guys are feeling or experiencing those darker times in life in general, it is allowing you and giving you an opportunity to activate your human superpower, like the caterpillar that gains its wings and takes flight. It gains the superpower of flight. But even in the cocoon, even us in our darkness or sadness or melancholiness, you might find, sorry guys, I had a call. Darn it, I thought I I shut the calls off and they still come through. That's weird. So know that as you rise in frequency, you will be shining glimpses. You will be traversing in and out of different dimensions and frequencies where you're facing your darkness, but that darkness or those lower vibes, just allow them and know that through that allowing, you gain your superpowers, like the caterpillar gaining its ability to fly as it is in the cocoon. But even in the cocoon, even in our darkness, no matter where we are or what we are experiencing, guys, we're always connected to God's source energy because we are God's source energy. I need some stinking glasses. Hold on, guys. Let's see who we got here. Muna Zabi, Merry morning. Beautiful goddess, Ria. Thank you guys. And oh my God, I so thank you guys, because in order to like be present on whatever you're watching, we resonate with certain frequencies. And you guys are master light blasters. You're master light blasters in that you allow all of your experiences to activate your light. That's what Christmas is about. Connecting to the Christ. The Christ is unconditional love, and you have allowed yourself all experiences to activate all of you. So you're master light blasters, blasting through the darkness, blasting through the density, releasing the limiting thoughts, releasing the limitations, releasing the expectations, even releasing the quote unquote manipulations of conspiracy theories that has no power over you if you do not allow it to. The power is here. Your focus, your thoughts, your energy is creating. You are the channel projecting the light, projecting the frequency on your world. Everything is through you. It's up to you, through your free will, to choose the label, to choose the definition of what you're seeing in your world. Because we can say, well, gee, some crow man, I don't want to see that person in pain. I don't want to be disconnected from them. I don't want the children to suffer or starve. But what you can do is change your perception of it. Is somebody really dying, or are they entering a fuller part of who they are in spirit? We always go through these mini deaths to be reborn, but we don't need to die a physical death to be reborn, to step into the light. Stepping into the light. So, you know, when people have near death experiences and they see the tunnel and they see the light and they got to step through the tunnel and get to the light. Well, we are at a frequency. We are operating now where we're able to step into that light, where we're able to be our own Christ energy. All right, guys. Oh, you're so beautiful, Munazabi. Hey, Lauren, good to see you. Merry Christmas. We also had freezing rain. Yeah, white is purity and new beginning. So yeah, I love that. I so love that.
Thank you guys for sharing out. If you shared out later on, let me know if you shared out, and I'll give you your own little personal Christmas message. But as we give gifts and as we give of ourselves and our energy, we really need to give to ourselves first, guys. And we're not necessarily taught that. We're taught in the powers outside of us. And even in Christmas, as I was brought up, I was taught the power is outside. It's through Christ the individual, or it's through God in heaven. And what we're doing is all is within us. Just like Jesus said, you will do come to do what I have done and more. The kingdom of heaven is within you. He was that model. He was that place holder. He was that example. He was that teacher. He's a reflection of all that we hold within. Just like all of us guys, all of you beautiful masters, and I feel so blessed to have your frequency and your energy here, because you are all, and we are all reflecting a part of that Christ consciousness through one another, to gain that glimpse, to perceive a piece of ourself, whether it's a piece of ourself that is hurting or a piece of ourself that is glorifying. It's all of us, and all of our relationships and all of our reflections give us an opportunity to integrate a piece of ourselves through that Christ energy, through that non-judgment, through that unconditional love, through that surrender, through that acceptance, through the gift of life that is expressed through all of us in our own divinity. Every snowflake has its shape, has its form. Every one of us is unique unto ourselves, yet we're part of that bigger snow. I'm going to say snowstorm, because on Earth, a lot of times it literally feels like we're going through storms of snow, but the snowstorm can seem it's really beautiful, but it can be really destructive all in one. And that is the power that you guys all hold. We sometimes got to destroy to bring forth the beauty. We got to go through the density to crack open to our light. All right. All right. Well, who we got going on here? All right. You guys can hear me, right? 70. Yeah. Man, I'm just a Northeasterner. I don't want Christmas to be 70. I really don't. I did go for a run this morning, and I wanted to do a rant on the run because I really connect and flow when I'm in my runs. But if I took my hands out of the mittens to run the phone, I would have froze to death. But it was funny because as I was running, I heard all of the generators outside people's houses running. And I thought, what a blessing. Thank God we got that backup. God has always got our back. Our higher self has always got our back, even in the darkest of times. And even when we feel that no one is there, that light is always there. That Christ consciousness is always there. That love is always there. We just need to allow it. All right. I'm just working through the need to have things a certain way rather than actually getting what I want. Lauren, I so resonate with you. I was just like, through my own family members, I really realized how much control that I like, and how much I do want things my way, or I want them a certain way. And they give me that reflection of, oh shit, I just gotta fuck, fuck it, go with the flow, zip your fucking lip, Marie. I mean, I have those little dialogues sometimes, but I shouldn't be hard on myself. I should say, oh, thank you for this projection, and I just gotta let go, because I always think I'm an air, and would like the air, shift with the winds, love the change, thrive on the highs and the lows and the extremes. And then I see something projected through somebody else giving me crap for being the way I am. But I just got to allow it, say, oh, thank you for that, and laugh, because it is truly all a gift. Like the storms are a gift. The darkness is a gift to activate our superpowers, guys, to activate that light and divinity, and to accept all that we are. All right. Leona, good to see you. Merry Christmas. 3 today, but they say it will get up to 10. Wind chills, -14. Warmer than yesterday. Today's colder than yesterday. Yes, like I said, yesterday was 50, and today it was 12. All of the snow melted. It was all wet, and I'm thinking, holy shit, if tomorrow's supposed to be freezing, everything is going to be glare ice. And it was pretty icy, but it's pretty awesome. We do have the sprinkling of snows. Snow. Time to light up our heart Christmas tree. So true. And everything on the outside, guys, when we connect to our heart and our love first, and then we can look outside of us and we really can we can see how everything on the outside is a reflection of us. Like Moon just said, that Christmas tree lit up. That is our Christmas tree within lit up. All of the things that spark us in life, and to rejoice in it. Rejoice. We're so blessed, and there's so many parts of us that do spark us and that do light us up, and to embrace that. And the simplest things, like I have this little snowflake light, and it, you know how it projects little snowflakes, or you can get projectors and they project light or shapes or snowmen or what have you. So in my bedroom I get this little beautiful snowflake. It's just projecting all of these snowflakes, and just meditating upon it, and just like wishing there was snow, and we did get a little bit, but just meditating on that beauty, and knowing that that is a projection from you. It is a projection of your light, the Christmas trees, the stars, the gifts, the beautiful soul family, the messages, the love. It's all an expression of you as well. What's this say here? Hopefully the water will thaw out today and no busted pipes. Yeah, sending you lots of warm love, Leona. Lots of just that right balance. So, real quick, again, any darkness that you feel is activating you, any density that you're navigating through and traversing through, is to activate your powers, guys. Just like the caterpillar gets its superpowers in the cocoon, in the darkness, but that light is never leaves them. It helps them through the process. So great transformations going through, guys. Great swings in energy and great distractions. If you all think the outside is an energy outside of you and has control over you, you can get lost in it. So just letting go of the distractions of the to-dos, and take that moment to honor yourself and your light and your love and your Christ within, that unconditional love, and just connect to it. And you can say, well, I don't feel it. I don't feel it. I try. But just knowing that it's there, and just connecting and thanking it for it. Just like the little caterpillar probably doesn't feel that light because it can't see the light, but it knows the light is there, and through that process great transformation occurs. Not that I know exactly what the caterpillar is experiencing, because it doesn't have our thoughts and our limitations and the density that we experience, but it's a beautiful analogy of what we go through. All right, so I did pick a few cards before I went for my run this morning. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I love that crispness. I rather have frozen ground than muddy ground. All right. So it talked about the first one was this card, and this is the mystical wisdom. Is that the mystical wisdom? Yes. Mystical wisdom. And it talked about illusion. And what it said is embrace the truth. So the outside world is always projecting stuff. And to know that when you connect to yourself first, you will see the illusions before you. You can perceive the outside in a different way, because the outside really is an illusion, in that it's creating and projecting those energies of the past. And when you get stuck in the matrix, you think that that is what is real, but it's saying embrace the truth instead of the illusion. The outside isn't real. It's just the expression. It's just the projection of all of the energies that we have taken on throughout millennia. And as you connect to your truth within, the Christ within you, then you can reflect that back in the world. That's how it changes, not from the outside, not trying to manipulate, not trying to control, not trying to force, but connecting to your Christ energy within. So it's embracing the truth so that the illusion will dissipate. The other one was the conscious spirit. I reach out my hand and my heart to connect and unite with all humanity. So this one here is reaching out the hand and heart, connecting through the unity with all of the world, with our physical reality. But how does that happen? By connecting to our truth within, connecting to our light dissipates the illusion. You connect to the truth. You illuminate the light that you are, and then you give that out into your world. You illuminate it. You shift to the world that represents and resonates with the frequency that you are. We give to our world through given to ourself. The given is natural when light, when love, when Christ is your foundation, the Christ consciousness. You can't help but want to give it when you connect to it. And when you connect and you don't feel it, that's when people act out in anger. That's when they act out because they're releasing. The density is a gift to release a pressure point. And when those that are acting out, when those seem out of control, they're releasing the density. And we can ease that for others as we connect and hold space in our light. When we know that that is the truth, the illusion isn't that people are mean and bad and angry and operating at low frequencies. That is the illusion. The truth through our own connection to self is, I'm going to cry because it's so beautiful, is that they are acting and they are releasing the density within them to activate their superpowers. That's what we do for others when we connect to our own light first. And then the Mother Earth heart card was shifting energy. And holy shit, this weather totally reflective and working symbiotically with our shifting energy. It says, as the energy in your life shifts, you may experience an emptiness or sense of loss because you have dissipated the illusion. We were operating before outside and thinking that was what was real. The gifts, the Santa, even the things like the traditions and religions and all of that. When we shift our energy, we will feel a loss of that which we thought was real. Like I know throughout the years, I've been disconnecting from Christmas more and more and more and more. Not Christmas the feeling, but Christmas the outside projection, the limited understanding being played out. And more and more and more, I just want to disconnect from the hoopla, but I want to connect more and more and more to the feeling. So as we shift, we feel that emptiness because we used to be attached to the physicality of Christmas or whatever it is in life you're attached to. We were attached to the traditions, even the people, the places, the things, what we did. But as we elevate in frequency, we're going to feel an emptiness or loss because people, places, and things do leave us. As we connect to a more fulfilling, sustainable light, we will feel that little bit of grieving, that little bit of loss, that little bit of emptiness, because we're connecting to a space beyond physicality, beyond what the physical world can hold as we release and let go of the illusions. All three of these cards go so perfect. Embrace this state, for it allows a space for a new creation in your life, just like the caterpillar going into the cocoon or the pupa, and embracing and surrendering to that state of darkness or emptiness. It no longer is chomping and eating its leaf. It no longer sees the light above. It's no longer walking on the grass. It's just hanging from a branch or someplace in that place of emptiness, and allowing that transformation to take place. And then it emerges a butterfly and it is free to fly. And that it lost that sense of maybe familiarity of chomping on the leaves and the grass, and was suspended, literally suspended, just like the hangman in the tarot cards. It's hung, it's suspended because it's going through a transformation and gaining greater insight. Embrace those times where you feel suspended, where you feel you have lost all, because you're going through a huge transformation. You're activating your superpowers. You're going to actually be creating a space where you're freer. So now that butterfly has a much bigger vision. It can go through many, many flowers. It can fly and experience way more than that caterpillar could, way more. And that allows for that new creation and new experiences, new insight, new perspective. The greatest creation manifest from a place of emptiness. And this little heart here, oh my God, look, it's a little seaweed that I saw on the beach, but in the middle is a little heart. It looks empty, new creation coming from that empty space. When we try to fill our space with stuff to create an illusionary, which we have done in the past as humans, and that was part of the process. We've created these illusions on the outside thinking we need this We need to have this dinner. We need to buy that present. We need to go to this mass. We need to do this, that, and the other thing. But it might prevent us from actually experiencing something deeper and something much higher frequency when we can release the attachments of the outside. And it will create an emptiness because we were used to attaching our energy to fill that. But when we release that, then it opens us up to greater light. Just like this picture, it opens us up to space to allow more light and to allow higher frequencies to permeate our physical world. Look at this, light is permeating, surrounding, embedding the physical earth. So as we allow ourselves the emptiness and the dives and the darkness and the density, we actually are birthing more light to come through us. And that is to be experienced in the physical world. We're at a time, place where we can actually experience on the physical timeline our light. We're able to embody more light and project that in our physical world. We are one heart. Basically, I have been spoiled. You have not been spoiled. Not spoiled. Sometimes we think we're spoiled, and because we receive everything in the physical, it's actually the opposite, because that is kind of some of the thought forms. Even thoughts take space, not just attachments to physical stuff, like a hoarder, not just that stuff, but our thoughts take space. And if you label yourself spoiled, I don't know, it's actually the opposite, because life, first of all, life is abundant, and you're abundant if you are ascending. Doesn't mean you got tons of stuff. True abundance comes from that connection to your Christ, to your heart, to your unconditional love, and creating space allows you to be open as you ascend and activate through those densities. Your superpower is always love and light. Love is the all. That is the highest power. That is what creates all. Because I'll do that. I'm like, I was a stupid, I'll look back at myself like you, Lauren, and sometimes say, I was just spoiled. I'm spoiled. No, you're just recognizing the illusions, Lauren. You're recognizing the illusions, and you're releasing the densities to embrace something much more meaningful. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be stuff. Exactly. Because all stuff comes from here. For me, I probably personally create the most limitations, obviously, come from the mind, the way things should be, or, oh, I should do it this way, or no, everything has to be this or that or the other, or, the mind. And that's there for a reason, but just releasing control, releasing judgment against self. That's what Christmas is about as well. Spirit was talking a lot about releasing judgment against self, because all of that is an illusion as well. There's only love. Love is the only truth. Anything less than that is an illusion. And an illusion is just a separation from love. It's a limiting energy. The judgments, the definitions, the criticism, the unworthiness, the alone. You're never alone. You're never alone. That is an illusion. So right now, you guys as master light blasters, masters of your own energy, creating your own perfectly cut snowflake, you're masters. A master is integrated, balanced, and harmonious. A master is allowing all that they are to serve them. A master has been on that hamster wheel so many times that finally said, hell with this shit, I'm getting off. I've learned it. I've lived it. I've experienced it. Let it go and let that new light and new life permeate you, embody you. All right, guys. Who wants a Christmas card? Who wants an oracle? Oh, and one other thing, when I was putting away my these cards for the day, this one was on top, and this is one final message. Be happy. Look at this little blob of hey, handsome, what we got here? Cashew. Thank you. Mitos, you want to say Merry Christmas real quick to everyone?
Merry Christmas, 50 anymore.
He's eating cashews. All right. So this little water blob on a brick when I was running is all splattered. It looks excited. It looks expressive. And on the back it says, be happy. You don't need to change the world to make a difference. All you need to do is change your perception and get happy. You guys, this power is in your perception. And even in trying to change your perception or imagine life or imagine that person as you wish to see them happy, it almost hurts. It almost hurts because we are not taught that. The brain waves, the pathways in our brain are so conditioned that I find myself when I'm trying to imagine, say, someone who's in pain actually enjoying their life, it actually hurts because our brains are so used to running the same program, running the same idea, the same frequency, that it causes a, and I think that's part of the problem why so many of us are losing connections on technology. So many of our technology gets messed up or gleeped, or the microphone's not working because we are glitching the old program. We're glitching the hologram, the matrix. We're putting glitches in it because our frequency is so high. But it does require free will to put your path, put your mind, put your thoughts on that higher frequency pathway. Oh, it's this thing, oh, that person's never going to change. They're just stuck in the muck. Why do they got to be that way? Instead of putting all that energy, say, oh, that person, and I just imagine their heart exploding, their mind exploding with pure love and light, and they're peaceful. I don't care about the details, just the state of being of peace. And it almost hurts sometimes when I do that to myself or another, because we're not programmed to do that. You guys are all at a frequency now. You guys are all conscious and aware to be able to do that. And that causes that glitch. And then there's a little interference before you see that outside reflection. So here it's just saying, all you need to do is get happy. Get happy. As you change your focus to that which brings you joy, your world changes. Both your personal world and the world as a whole. All begins with you, and you. All of it. Creating space, giving the space for your light to shine. All right, who we got here? Anyone? I have 250 games, 2 months worth of food, and warm weather. All right. Heather. Okay, so you guys can hear me. And just to start the ball rolling, everybody who's watching now or later, because time is just a frequency, numbers are just a frequency, write down what you're grateful for. Write that down in the comments. And what it does is it'll collectively exponentiate the love, the gratefulness, the frequency. I'm going to do that first right now before I do any readings. You know what I'm going to be grateful for? I'm going to bring it right in and say me. I'm grateful for me. Because if it wasn't for me and it wasn't for what I do, I wouldn't know you. I wouldn't see your reflection. I wouldn't see your beauty. I wouldn't see your love shining. If I didn't shift to the frequency that meets all of you, I would be able to experience and engage and communicate with you guys. So I am truly thankful for me. And that's where I think it all begins. Be thankful for yourself, your work, your willingness, your surrender, your strength, your courage, your tenacity, your fortitude, your bravery, your courage, or we would not be meeting here. All right. So Heather Graham first. All right. Seeing it's about the heart. I'm going to pull out Mother Earth heart card, guys. It's about the heart. What is Heather? What message is Heather? What is our what gift? What gift does your higher self want to thank you for, Heather? Shoot. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I am grateful to have my kitty cat, my health, and to have a home to live in. So beautiful. Agreed. All right, Heather. Your higher self, your the angel over your shoulder, which is in your heart, wants to let you know they are grateful for you. You get what you vibrate. No one owes you anything. Everything emanates from you. It will serve you well to bring intentional focus to that which makes your heart sing. So your higher self, your angelic beings around you are thanking you for choosing you and for choosing to allow your heart to sing when you engage in the vibrations that make you happy. Everything emanates from you, your kitty, your home, all of that comes from you and your free will to anchor. This looks like a little anchoring into your heart space, Heather. This little seaweed in the beautiful shape of a heart on the beach, this rod is anchored straight down into the heart. That is your foundation. They're thanking you for taking action on your heart vibration. Beautiful. Actually, I'm going to pull a card for whoever I see wrote something in here. Gina says, I am in gratitude for all my beautiful angels from family, friends, and acquaintance. God bless all. Shoo. Beautiful. All of those people are reflections and aspects of you that you have integrated, Gina. Thank you, Heather. Choose the highest vibrations, guys. Choose the love in your heart. Choose you. Choose what makes you happy. That's not selfish. In that is service to others. It creates and adds to that Christ consciousness grid of the earth, guys. That new frequency, that new grid, that new earth, that new existence, that new timeline. When you choose you and you choose your heart. All right, Gina, this is the one for you, your angels and all of the energy, your God self, your higher self. They are thanking you for choosing the thoughts and words to get you where you want to go. Just through your gratitude there says it all, Gina. Your emotion is the fuel that speed up the ride and get you there. Your thoughts and emotions have taken you on the road you want to travel. Remember, you are the driver. So basically, they are saying, thank you, Gina, for stepping behind the wheel and taking control and channeling your energy, channeling your power, being a channel for the God source energy that you are. You are the driver. You are the steering wheel. You have chosen the proper thoughts. You have chosen the perspective of the highest of high. Hence, you are an open vessel for your divinity to flow in this physical world, creating the new grid. They're showing me you anchoring and strengthening that Christ consciousness grid, that the grid over earth now, being that this is Gina. This is what you do. And self-empowered. You are self-empowered. How did you empower yourself? Not through the ego, Gina, through the heart. Thank you. No, thank you, Gina. All right, Kimmy. Kimmy Siegel. Kimmy, I saw a little post about from Megan saying to pray for you, Kimmy. So I don't know what was going on, but obviously you seem like you're doing good. I feel your energy here. I'm not sure. I did obviously send you love and light. So sending you extra love and light. And thank you for going through the darkness, Kimmy. Thank you for navigating through the density to activate your superpowers, Kimmy. Thank you. Whatever you just went through or are going through, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having that strong, courageous spirit of that archangel that you are. Allowing yourself to go through the density and the darkness and traverse through any uncomfortability, emptiness, any of that kind of stuff to activate your superpowers. Thank you. I'm okay. You're better than okay, Kimmy. All right. Personal vibration. Kimmy, this is beautiful. It's a solid rock with a little rose petal next to it. And this is your foundation. This is what you're coming from, which is stability, strength, and all of this new growth above you in a little circle right above. Abundance. Abundance is your birthright. Abundance. To be here now, to be aware, to be conscious is an abundant state of being. So they're thanking you for your personal vibration, Kimmy, for taking action, for anchoring your personal vibration in this timeline. Your heart holds its own unique vibration. Nothing and no one can guide you to the unbounded love and joy that your heart beckons forth. You have anchored that into this timeline. You are a huge component in creating and bringing forth this grid, the new earth, the Christ consciousness in the physical world. Not just when you die and you're off in heaven, in the ethereal, in the spiritual world. No, it's about anchoring heaven to earth, Kimmy. That is you. Thank you, they're saying. All right, who else we got going here? White Light Healing. Merry Christmas Eve. Thank you so much, White Light. Ah, what a beautiful label, title, name. Sangha Blade just came across your live. I hope you are well. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for sharing out. Thank you, Frank. Okay, Frank, I just saw you and it said hello. So, Frank, I hope you don't mind. And if you don't want to take the card, that's fine. But I was just looking on your name and this flew out. So, a message from your higher self, from your angels. And again, same one I just pulled a minute ago for someone. The seaweed heart, anchoring. You are anchored into your heart space that is creating, where is it? My finger right here. Fullness. See this little circle here? Wholeness in space, anchoring into your heart space. So your higher self, your angelic beings that you connect to, aspects of yourself in the realm of Christ consciousness, of the highest frequency, are thanking you for your vibration. They say you get what you vibrate. No one owes you anything. Everything emanates from you. It will serve you well to bring intentional focus to that which makes your heart sing. This is telling me that you've upped your game, Frank. You are emotionally responsible for your well-being. You have taken on responsibility for your life and your creation. So thank you, Spirit is saying. You have taken on, and you play no blame game, Frank. You own your creation. You own your vibration, and they're thanking you for anchoring that in this physical world. Thank you, Frank. Elizabeth, yes. My card is stop being a bitch and be thankful for what you have. Oh boy, you got someone whipping your ass, Lauren. You got a part of you that's hardcore. They like give you shit left and right, up and down. So just say, hey, dude, give me some slack. Give me a break here. Okay, you need to honor a little more self-compassion. You need a little more compassion, self-compassion. Be gentler on yourself, Lauren. Who was I on? Thank you, Frank. Thank you for shining your light here. If you don't mind, share out for others can also, gain this message. Oh, thank you. All right. Who was I just on? Elizabeth. Yes, Elizabeth and then Sangha. They're starting to go by quick here. Elizabeth Richter. Sing it to, shit. I was just listening to the Glee. Remember the Glee show? And there's a Glee concert album. Sing it out loud. Sing it through your hearts. Shit. I know nothing. Anyways, in that song, sing it out loud. Anyways, it's beautiful. There's this little face in the heart. In the bubbles. See this little face, Elizabeth, right here? The little mouth is wide open, the little eyes and the nose, and it's almost like this little galactic antennas on this little guy. Anyways, you're a star seed. You're connected to these frequencies of unconditional love, and you have come here as a volunteer to implant them on earth, and they're thanking you. They want you to sing it out loud. Sing the life you want. Sing the life of your dreams. Speak it. Speak your truth. Don't hold back. They're saying, speak it. They're thanking you for speaking it, speaking your voice, speaking your divine frequency imprint. God is not an institution. This is the energy you've come to bring forth on earth. God is not an institution. He is the very breath you breathe. God is all of life. God is the very essence of who you are. Do not look elsewhere for God is looking through your eyes, creating through your mind, beating one with your heart. You are the vehicle in which God resides, Elizabeth. They're thanking you. They're thanking you for accepting that, for taking that, for owning it, for taking your power, for speaking your truth. Thank you, Elizabeth. You are God eyes. You are God mind. You speak through God's voice. You see through God's eyes. And as you do that and connect to your own heart, what do? We bring forth the highest frequency of God experience in our 3D world. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right. I said Senga, but I'll do you in a second, Lauren. Senga blades. Shoo. All right. My Christmas messages, my Christmas gift. And thank you guys for all who receive a card, that receive a message, because we're all displaying these lights, like on the Christmas tree, all of the lights, or the string Christmas lights. We're all a light adding to the complete strand. We're all a light adding to the whole component of the Christmas tree. So each one of us is holding space for an energy for all of us to merge with, to integrate within ourselves. So thank you. Senga. Oh, it's too many there. Let me see. One more. Let's see. Senga. Again, 2 still popped out. I don't know if they were the original 2 that were popping out, but I'm going with it. So Senga, your higher self, your God self, the little baby Jesus Christ within your heart that chose to be here now, is thanking you. Blue ray. Maybe you connect to the blue ray, Senga. Maybe you connect to the Palladians. You obviously are very connected to the Christ consciousness. And as I even say this, my heart is opening up, like the little open space in this blue heart. I was running and it was just this blue, I don't know if it's ink or what it is. It's a stone heart on, I think it was on the sidewalk, but it was so apparent. I took a picture of it. So opening up to that blue ray, that third eye, that Christ consciousness, your intuitiveness, you have come as part of that blue ray, Senga. Cast no stones. Judgment from others can be a blessing in that it exposes doubt within yourself. This allows you to confront and clear the blockage in order to let the light that you are shine more brightly. There is nothing to judge. There's only balancing and integrating the opposing energies. That is the truth. That is how we become and allow our Christ consciousness, allowing all energies, integrating them. So to me, this card is saying, thank you for what you have been through. Thank you for the spears or judgment or looks or criticisms that you may have received as you came into this earth to share that beautiful blue ray, that beautiful Christ consciousness, that beautiful Palladian energy, that beautiful universal love. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. You hold space as your heart, as you've gone through stuff, it has opened your heart and you're a space holder for this energy, for this Christ energy to flow through you. So thank you. And then the other one was this one. This one is actually broken pavement in the perfect shape of a heart. Look how that all the stones broken, but it was a perfect shape of a heart. So to me, these cards will go together through you're allowing and you're surrendering and choosing to be maybe a misfit from the island of misfit toys. Through you allowing and choosing that on this timeline, you have broken the shell. You've broken the shell of humanity's limitations. What is it called? Tunnel vision. Trying to get you to fit and to be that perfect cookie shape. Like on the island of misfit toys, I have no doubt that every single one of us watching now or later can relate to the island of misfit toys, because we feel like we have been misfits. We weren't meant to fit in. We were meant to be the change. You were meant to bring forth Christ consciousness, divine love and light without judgment. You've come to break the barriers, the boundaries, the walls, the limitations that have been so part of this matrix, that have been so part of the earth realm. We have come to break free of that. You've broken and you've brought forth love through your own experience. Be happy. It's not so much what you do as how you feel when you're doing it. When you feel happy, it puts you in a higher state of vibration where you're tuned into a higher frequency of guidance. Let the feelings of joy be your guide. And that's what they are thanking you for. They're thanking you for that, Senga. You have gone through some hard shit, and they're thanking you for it. A spirit warrior, warrior of Christ consciousness and love. You have come to break the mold. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your higher self is saying, keep following your tuition. The most powerful cards, Thaddeator. Oh my God, so my heart's opening up. Oh, so beautiful. Yeah, I feel the love. I feel, I think it's your mom, right? Is it your mom? That's Rose. I feel her presence here. And she has a very strong connection with these cards. And she is the one that guided you to have them in your hands, she is saying. Oh my God. So I see your name, and I just tears are falling. There's so much emotion from the other side for you, Thaddeator. From your mama. Oh, Lauren, next. Lauren, what is your higher self thinking you? First of all, I can tell you straight out of the gate, don't be so hard on yourself, Lauren. But that's not what they're thanking you for. Because even in that density, you are breaking the limitations. Through the density of your own judgment against self, you are activating your superpowers, Lauren. All right, where is it? What do we got for you? We got this snow on the beach, but it's all covered with sand. So see this little snow all covered up? To me, it just shows your precision. You're so detailed and so precise. That point, that little point into the earth here, your little anchor. So what it says for you is blissful. Lots of thoughts, lots of energy. You got you are breaking through because it's sand. Sands is a bunch of little pieces of rocks. You are breaking, they're thanking you for breaking through all of the limiting thoughts, all of the little densities that you have chose to take on. And again, we are all part of the island of misfit toys. You are a misfit as well, they're saying, and that is beautiful. You are meant to be different. And the things that you struggle with, Lauren, as an individual are the very things that you've come to activate your superpowers. And in that, you activate that in others. You have carried that cross in order to relieve others. So whatever it is you struggle with, all of how hard you are on yourself, what it's saying is blissful. They're thanking you. This is part of your superpower, Lauren. There is no greater bliss than doing what you know you should be doing, that which brings you the greatest joy. It's not about what you're doing. It's about why you're doing it. You can do all the things in the book. You can follow all the directions. You can do it. But if your energy is doing it because you think you need to do it and need to follow a formula, it's not going to be the same as just freaking as doing something out of joy. That is what's going to lead to abundance. Your heart, they're thanking you for all of this. This is stuff that you've had to go through, they're saying, Lauren, and they're recognizing that in you. You are a true warrior of love and light. There's no greater bliss than doing what you know you should be doing, that which brings you the greatest joy. And if you're not doing what you know you should be doing, it will gnaw at you until you do it. Listen to your inner guidance. It's like, you got to do something and you keep putting it off. Like, I know I needed to do a Christmas message. I wanted to, but again, there's divine timing. So when things are right, it will, but it's in the back of your mind until you just freaking do it. And that's your spirit nudging you and guiding you. And sometimes you got to take a step back. Is it my mind telling me I need to do it because I need to do it? Or is it because I'm doing it because out of joy? So they're thanking you, Lauren. They're thanking you for the decisions that you have made out of joy. They are thanking you for letting go of the shit that you thought you needed to hold on to, the rules, the regulations, the steps, the conformity, letting all of that go. Every time that you face a judgment or criticism against yourself, you have you're blasting through the density of that thought. You're releasing it. And holy shit, yeah. You're a master. Oh shit, this is weird. You're a master at blasting through the densities of the limiting thought forms in order to achieve this bliss. Thank you, Lauren. Yeah, you don't feel it super often or haven't, because that is your superpower. So as you go through the things that bring you the non-joy, it's going to crack open the joy in you. You're allowing, see, this is snow. You wouldn't know this was a snow heart. It's got all the sand on it, Lauren. It's got all the pieces of the little pieces of rock covering the whiteness that it is. So for you, they're thanking you for taking the journey of releasing all of the density and limiting thoughts, the have-tos, the 3D matrix of shit that is no longer serving you or anyone. So as you allow yourself to be expanded through a limiting thought and allow yourself that experience, you have busted free of it. You're busting free. You're paving a path for others. They're showing me a stick of dynamite when they make the huge highways and you go down into the deep cliffs and they burn it and blast it. That's what you're doing. You're a density blaster, Lauren. How awesome is that? Powerful. Because whatever the struggle or the challenge is, the gift, the superpower is the complete opposite. Just like that caterpillar in the cocoon. It doesn't think it can go anywhere. It's immobile. It's even all tied in like a mummy. But then as Spirit allows itself through that experience and that transformation, it's freer than it's ever been. It's wings. It can fly. It can rise above. That's what you're doing. You're rising above, and they're thanking you for this journey, Lauren, for rising above the limiting little thoughts, the little pricks you give yourself, the little expectations, the little judgments, the little, you aren't doing this, or I got to do that. You're blasting through all of those little thoughts represented by all of the little pieces of sand on this pure white snow. All right, that's beautiful. I want what I can't have. So at least you recognize it, because in reality, you can have it all. You can have it all. It's just our frequency isn't matching the all at the moment. So at least you recognize that. Let it say, I accept it. Let it go. All right, Lauren, thank you for being here. Anybody else? Louise O'Connor. Yes. Thank you, Louise. Thank you, guys. You're all Master Light Blasters. You guys watching now or later, Master Light Blasters are a frequency. Okay. It's not what you do. It's how you do it and why you're doing it. So I realized, and I know we all know this is a back to basic message, like the whole Christmas theme and the gifts. And sometimes I even find myself falling into the expectations and it feels really heavy. And I got to like say, well, I got to find a new perspective on it. So if I can find the joy and connect to my heart first, this goes back to the beginning message. When you can connect to your Christ within, then the outside will match that. So I got to connect within and be thankful and serve myself first, and then the outside expectations or whatever become more joyous. And not that they're expectations. I find the joy in why I was doing it to begin with, instead of having all of the other stuff clouding it. So all of those dense energies, and when you feel clouded and you feel heavy, that is a gift. You are releasing pressure. You're releasing pressure. When you're blasting through those rocks and those densities and those thoughts, you're releasing the pressure, and you got to go through it to release it. You got to put the dynamite deep, deep down into those cliffs to make the highway to blast through. That's what we do when we're traversing through the darkness and the density, guys. We are blasting the light. You're Master Light Blasters. And that's my point. So it's not why it's not what is in the physical world. It doesn't matter. You can have a million stuff or a little stuff. It's not what, it's the why. It's the feeling. It's the state of being. It's the frequency. You can buy a million presents and go shopping, but are you doing it out of obligation, expectation, because you have to, or are you doing it because you're connected to your light and you're shining that, and it's an expression of you? And if you can't do that in the moment, take a step back. Do it when your frequency matches. Like even cooking, like when I'm cooking something or baking something, I want to do it when I'm in a good vibe, because that is what I'm infusing into the physical world as I'm doing it. Louise, yes, here we go. All right. I don't know, I got kind of two that kind of stuck out here. So your higher self, your God self, your Christ within you is thanking you. First of all, we got this one here. It's a little frozen glob heart sand on the beach with all of this divinity. Pretty much goes along with what I was just saying. This little heart looks like it's been through some war and back, doesn't it? You've got a little face here. It's got a little nose, a little mouth, some eyes here, and a scar, but that scar over the heart right here, it's filled with white. So it's just showing you, and they're thanking you. They're thanking you and bowing down before you, Louise, for all of the challenges, all the wars that you have fought, because it's actually activated your superpower, your divinity, your light, represented by the snow. The snow is divinity. It's new life. It's birth. It's preciousness, they're saying. I don't know. They've never used that word with me before. It's precious. You have brought forth preciousness through your wars that you have traversed and navigated through on earth. And you're looked out. You've got this person up here. It's like a higher power overlooking. There's a little nostril, a little eye. It's winking. There's a little face here, guys. I don't know if you can see it right up here. It's like that is your higher self. You are very connected to your higher self. It is looking down and it is thanking you for what you had to go through to sprinkle that snow, to sprinkle that love, to sprinkle that divinity. Every snowflake is different and shaped uniquely unto itself. Every experience has gone through you. So through your light and your vibration and your frequency and the crystal that you are, you have given form and meaning to all of those hardships, but you've transmuted them into a light, into something precious, they're saying. What it says is illusion. Your greatest fear is your biggest illusion. Oh my God, it's so weird how this card matches what I was just saying. So our fears, the illusions, anything other than love is an illusion. An illusion is anything that separates us from our God source energy, our Christ energy. And you have allowed those illusions to break you in order to find that light and to be that light. For love is the truth and is the eternal counterpart to whatever it is you fear. So that is the counterpart. That is the counterpart of the fear. The fear can be represented by the darkness and the scars, but that is the love that you are. That is the real you. That is the truth of who you are. And whenever you've gone through hardships or many wars or persecutions, because you've allowed yourself through it, it was your soul contract. You have taken those experience through through you going through it and have transmuted it to divinity, to light, to new life. So thank you. They're thanking you for that. Your higher self is thanking you for that, Louise. And then simply be time. When you give up doing for the sake of accomplishment, this kind of goes like what I was just saying. Are we doing it? It's not the doing. It's not the physical stuff. It's the intent. It's the energy behind it. When you give up doing for the sake of accomplishment, you create space to connect to your soul. For through this connection, your intents can manifest into the physical world. And that is pure. That's a pure heart here. So it's almost like you are going from, you've experienced this, you've transmuted a lot of energies and pain into light. And now you're this. As showing this darkness, these little wounds have made you who you are. It has activated your light. The wounds have allowed you to anchor your divine frequency into the physical world, the physical earth, to be part of that Christ consciousness grid. You are a key component in bringing forth the unconditional Christ consciousness grid to the earth so we can experience our divinity now in the physical. You've allowed the wounds to make you whole. And then it says for the connection, okay, what the heck was I saying? So, give up for the sake of doing things. You create space to connect to your soul when you just give it up and have simply me time. So connecting to you this Christmas, give yourself the greatest gift, give your family the greatest gift, give the world the greatest gift through giving to yourself through simply be time, giving yourself the time to connect to your own soul, your own divinity, because then that is how you give to others. For through the connection of your intents, so through this connection, your intents can manifest into your physical world. And here's all the physical world right here. You have come to implant your divine frequency imprint to this world, but you got to give it to yourself, connect to yourself first, to dissipate the illusions, to connect to your own love. All right. All right. Yes, it's been very challenging. You're getting back on track. Louise, you signed up for this. You are a warrior. They're thanking you for it. Your higher self signed up for it. That was the picture right here. You're protected. You're watched. Look at the little face, the little nose, the eye open, one eye's open and one eye is shut. You came into this world with one eye open and one eye shut. The eye open is your connection to your soul, your belief, your God source energy. The eye shut is having to navigate in the density of the physical world, leaning on trust and faith and belief. Very well, well done, Louise. They're saying, well done. Anyone else? 38, are you still there? Beautiful Thadiator. Thadiator, let me know if you're there. Holy shit. Frank Goodhue. I just realized it's spelled differently, the last name. I used to have a client named Art Goodhue. I used to do hair and have my hair business. So he was just speaking to me through your message, Frank. All right. I don't know if Thadiator's still there, but I'm going to end it here. Oh, White Healing Light. Okay. I'm not sure if this is for you, White Light Healing, but I was thinking of Thadiator, but I'm going to pull you a separate one because I'm not sure if this is yours, but it could be piggybacking for you. But in general, Spirit is saying, get real. And they are so happy for all of us. This is more collective, I think, but it was for Thadiator because I was focused on him, John Thaddeus Fiore. Get real. And they're thanking us for getting real. You must get real with yourself before you can lead the life you really desire. So that's part of breaking through and navigating through the density and the limitations, through our dark moments, through our dark night of the soul, through those times of confusion, through those sadness and heartache, because in that we break the limitations, we break free of it to activate the breaking. The blasting of dynamite opens up and breaks the, holy shit, this is such a good analogy, breaks the cliffs of the highways when you go down, highways, interstates, and you see the line and the rock cliffs on each side of the road where they put the dynamite. You create a pathway, they're saying. So when you get real with yourself, they're thanking you for getting real with yourself. That means letting go of the expectations and the models and the molds of the mass consciousness, and getting real with yourself. You create a new path of light. You break free of the density, the interstate representing the roadway, fast movement ahead, fast momentum to living the life and projecting the life of who you really are. So that part of it could be for you, White Light Healing. And what it says is when you get real with yourself before you lead the life you desire, you got to get real with yourself. This calls for an inner focus by peeling back the layers and getting in touch with your heart. And then look we have this little support system right here. The little white rocks in a circle represent the support that's always available for you. The spiritual part of you, your angels, your ancestors, your higher self, even the people in the physical world are always there to support you. And this shows that you've gotten real with yourself. You've gotten and face some shit, because this is all dried up straw. You face some shit and you've let that shit go and you've taken back those layers. This is all dried up like old grass. This is the rock. It's very solid in the earth. You've taken on a very heavy physical reality in order to shed those layers to get real with yourself. But you always were connected. You always knew that support system. You've always had that veil partially exposed to the spirit world. So very beautiful. I think that partially is for you, White Light Healing. You know why I said White Heather? Because I saw light and healing and I thought of white feather. So white feather might be significant for you as well. I know when I go on the beach and I'm running and stuff, white feathers, you know how they always say feathers are messages from your angels? Well, you've always had that connection to your angels. They're saying light healing, white light healing, white light healing, but white feathers might be very connected. To me, the white feather representing that openness, all the little feathers open, representing the receptors. I'm feeling that they're thanking you for always maintaining that connection, not completely closing it down in the process of releasing all the density or releasing all of the layers to create your own path. You've created your own path, your own interstate, your own pathway, through breaking through the density of what this world, the illusionary world, has placed on you, because it's an illusion. All right, real quick. That was for you, Thadiator, if you're there. And I believe White Light Healing. Okay, so you do feel that. Yeah. And then I thought that was for you, even though I was focused on John. I think he must have checked out. But yeah, I think so. And then I kept seeing the white feathers. So you've always had that connection, and you've had to get raw and real with yourself. And you've had to really go through the journey that lets you know what's not you. And how do we know what's not us? By actually experiencing it and taking that density on, taking those limitations on, and saying, embracing the island of misfit toys, claiming yourself as the little, they showed me the little shotgun that squirts out jelly. The little gun, instead of squirting out water, the water gun, it squirts out jelly. Okay. And there's just, again, that showing you that you've always been connected to your support team. The other card here, releasing and breaking free of the limitations of the mind. So they're thanking you for that. Thanking you for taking on that role, breaking through the limitations and the densities created by the collective. And now you act as a support for others as well. This is your nest, like a nest, and you're supported. So they're also saying it's actually the density and the limitations that have been your classroom and support to actually freeing you. Your thoughts and words are the steering wheel to where you want to go. Your emotion is the fuel to speed up the ride to get you there. Do your thoughts and emotions take you on the road you want to travel? Remember, you are the driver. So they're also thanking you too for taking responsibility in your life, taking responsibility and connecting to your heart, to your soul, even if it means being cast out or feeling like you're not supported in this nest, but you have been all along, whether it felt like it or not. You've had to go and do an inner journey. And now you too, I believe, are a key factor to helping to support others as well. All right, guys, beautiful Christmas messages. Spirit's like showing me this little card. Isn't that the happiest little card? The little smile, the little eye here, and almost like winking, and the little chin in the little pure white broken shell. It's like Spirit is ending it with that cute little face, that cute little happiness. They're also happy and excited. They want us to connect to our soul, to our Christ within. That is the greatest gift. That is the birthing of the Christ energy. It can never be birthed or experienced until we connect to the Christ within, they're saying. That is the gift. That is the true meaning. It is the reason for the season. You know, when you see those on the billboards of churches, Jesus is the reason for the season. Christ within you is the reason for the season. And as you allow that and connect to that, that is how the world shifts, how you shift to the world that represents that. All hearts speak without speaking a word. Speaking with the heart doesn't require a mouth. We are energetic beings giving off a frequency that is continuous communication with all. Speaking with the heart does not require a mouth. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Please connect to yourself. Take a moment to give the gift of yourself to yourself. And in that, you give out that frequency and you create that grid and we create that experience in our 3D. May you all shine with the entirety of all the love and light that you are.